Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. It was a slow day in contrast to the stock market, which was indeed very interesting today. Obviously, we have potentially a reversal. When we talk about the S&P 500, we potentially have a reversal on the Nasdaq. It's a bit too early to confirm it, but it was at least an interesting day. Yeah, Bitcoin was just tracking downwards, and I mean that is in line with the preferred wave count, which is the yellow one, but still quite quite unusual that Bitcoin didn't care at all, right? But that's why I always say, don't focus too much on correlations. Don't focus too much on correlations. A lot of people asked sort of in recent, weeks and months, okay, look, why would you expect the DXY to go down and Bitcoin to go down as well? Well, you see today, the DXY might have put a top in place, a more or less lasting top, and Bitcoin's also coming down, okay? So they're not always negatively correlated. In fact, look at Bitcoin's bull run between 2011 and today overall on the weekly time frame. The DXY did the same, okay? So they were both in the bull run. You can't say just because one goes up, the other one goes down. There are certainly correlations, but they are sometimes positive and sometimes negative. Either way, we focus on Bitcoin here. Bitcoin's, basically what I've been highlighting to you earlier today, it has basically been followed by the price. So the idea was that we get another low. We haven't got that low yet, but very close. So ideally, a wave 2 topped here on the 6th of October, on Friday. In resistance, the price turned around, came down so far only in 3 waves, so we cannot rule out some kind of a choppy move to the upside here again. It would be easier for Bitcoin now to make finally another low. At least I would prefer that. It would give us some clarity. It would give us another potentially good bearish setup with 5 waves down, and then the 3 waves up will be the test of that setup, and that would be a short trade setup again, similar to this one. The thing is, short trade setups we had in recent days and over last week, they worked, but they were not directly, they worked initially, but they weren't really followed through by the bears. So the bears failed here. And that means the bulls are still strong here. And Bitcoin is just not moving at all. I mean, it's just in this range, okay? But we're waiting for the next attempt of the bears. And we can identify an attempt of the bears if we get 5 waves down and 3 waves up. So in an ideal world, we would get another low in the region between 27.2 to 27K, maybe even a little lower. Then we would have 5 waves down off the high. That would indicate the trend is rather going down. And we would then be looking for a 3-wave pullback. That's just a relief rally, a corrective rally, should stay below the beginning of those 5 waves down. If we get 5 waves down, I will probably tomorrow will be able to give you resistance here. Then we can look forward to a 3rd wave to the downside and so on. It's interesting though that ETH seems to be much further ahead, okay? With regards to Bitcoin compared to Bitcoin. ETH is basically already down here when we talk about the wave count. So it is a bit strange. But also on the ETH BTC chart, we are waiting for a reversal to the upside. So maybe then, maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks or so, we are going to see that reversal and ETH is going to start to outperform Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin is going to show weakness while ETH might just go sideways. It will be interesting. Either way, there is no clear breakout pattern to the upside. It can happen above 28,300. I will focus on further upside towards 30K. That would be the wide wave count, still possible here on the Bitcoin chart. ETH hasn't got that wave count anymore. Bitcoin does. That's still technically possible. But as I said to you over the last few days, I still prefer the yellow wave count. And the yellow wave count would still allow the price to stay in the current range for a bit, because it just needs one more tiny low to around about 27 to 27.2K. Then this wave 2 pullback and correction, which can take also a little bit of time. So Bitcoin might spend a little bit more time in this triangle pattern there. I mean, it's not a triangle pattern. It looks a bit like a triangle. So I'm just talking about the range there. And there is not much more to add, okay? There is not much more to add. I've run out of things to say. Overall, what is important though is if we get a break below 27K, maybe in the next few days or so, that would be preferred, Then the next support is down there at 26K, and then 25.3K, 24K, and then we'll see how that all works out. Maybe this forms a large head and shoulders pattern. It's a bit too early to say. But overall, nothing clearly bullish to the upside here. Nothing clearly bullish. It can, of course, move higher. And once we have 5 waves up, then we can look for a more bullish scenario overall. Because then we have 5 waves up and we can track a 3-wave pullback. Then we have a 1-2 setup and an interesting long trade setup with clearly defined risk parameters. But at the moment, we just don't have that. And without even having 5 waves up, we don't even need to entertain the idea that a lasting low has been established on the 11th of September. We're considering it. Yeah, we're tracking the wave count, but until we have those 5 waves complete, we cannot track a more bullish scenario. Yeah. Overall, on the daily chart, we are, of course, bullish, but we talk about that every day anyway. Yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. Not too much more to add. Let's see how the Asian traders are going to move the market. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.